Okay, so I walk into school on Tuesday. Well, okay, no. I drive to school, see my friend out in the parking lot. And he was like, "What's good?" I was like, "Not much." And so like we kind of talked, and he's like, "Hey, I got these peppers." And I was like, "Dude, I hate peppers. Like, I hate peppers." And like he's like, "Is someone a treat good?" And I'm like, "No." And so here comes lunchtime rolling around. I totally forgot about it. And like he's like, "Dude, are you ready?" And I'm like, "Shoot!" No. And so we go to lunch, and he hands me the fattest one. Hands me this freaking pepper. It's like that. And these are California Reapers or Carolina Reapers. Yeah. Hands me one, and I smell it. Instantly, I'm like, no, not putting this in my mouth. And so I put it in my mouth, and immediately I regret it. Like, my mouth fills with saliva, and I'm like, I gotta spit. I'm like, I gotta spit. And I bite into it, and I'm like, instantly burns my mouth, and I'm like, dude, why did I do this? But it's still like not that bad though. It's not as bad as I thought it was. So I eat another one. And this one's really like juicy. And so as soon as I bit into it, I was like, no. And about 5 minutes after I ate the second one, I go, and like I didn't puke, but I was like dry heaving. And so I go up to the lunch line, head just throbbing, and my mouth just full of fire. Go and get me a salad with a milk. I down the milk, and I'm like, oh my god, that helped. I bite into the salad, and it has these croutons on it with salt. And I had a sore in my mouth because of the pepper. And so when I bit into the salt, I started crying. Like, tears were just going down my face. And then the principal was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, yeah. Like, he's like, "Do you need to talk to someone?" I'm like, "I just ate peppers." He was like, "What kind of peppers?" And stuff. And like I was like, "Carolina Reapers." Well, okay. It was more like Carolina Reapers. And so he was like, "Do you need to go down to the nurse?" And I was like, "I don't think I can make it." And so I keep on eating this salad, and when the salt hit the sore on my tongue, and I'm like, that really hurts. On top of the flaming from the pepper, and then after I ate all that, I went to the bathroom, and there's these like 8 kids in there, and I open up the faucet, and I'm like drinking it, and like these kids are like, "What'd that mouth do?" And I'm just sitting there, and then the principal comes into the bathroom with me, like follows me into there, and I'm just, and like his face is just full of disgust. He's like, "Why would you do that?" And I'm like, "My mouth's hot!" And so that like cools it down enough that I can go and use the restroom now. And then I get back out, wash my hands, and leave. And now my friend is back at the table, and like he's like, "Glad that is so over." And I'm like, "I'm not." And like they didn't know that I ate a second one, and so like they's like, "Dude, you're just overreacting." And like everybody that sits around the table is like, "Dude, he just ate a second one." And like everybody's like, "Dude, you're a god." I'm like, "I'm not a god, I'm just a man." And so after that, it like kind of like cooled down some, and then I went back to class. After class, I went to the nurse, and I was like, "Dude, I got a headache. Like, I got a really bad headache." And she's like, "Well, I mean, it's getting to be that time. Like I gotta go and stuff." I was like, "Dude, I have a headache. And like she's like, yeah, well, I can't really give you anything or something like that. And I was like, dude, you're a mom. I'm sure you have stuff in your purse. Like just please give me something. And like she's like, no, I can't. Blah blah this and that. And so I walk out of there and I'm like, Mom, I need to go home. I just ate 2 of the world's hottest peppers. I need to go home. And she's like, what? I was like, Mom, I ate 2 Carolina Reapers. My stomach is hurting and I have a headache and I want to go home. And she's like, but let me just say that you have a doctor's appointment. I walk up to the office and she is on the phone with my mom and stuff. And so I leave and then I get home. Everything is all in well and dandy. I got home, did like my homework and stuff. Like it was like 3:30. I go to pick up my girlfriend from school, and I had this really bad like stomach pain. And so I pick her up, and she's like, "You look rough, man." I'm like, "Thank you. That's just what I wanted to hear." And so I get back to her house, and I go upstairs, and she is downstairs doing something, and I mean I'm just having the worst stomach, like chest pain, headache, like the whole 9 yards. Well, I walk back downstairs, get in my van, and I'm out of breath, and I'm like, I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, you like have to take me somewhere because I can't breathe. And she's like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, Mom, no, you have to come here now. And she's like, you're kidding me. I know you are. And I'm like, hang up the phone with her, call the ambulance. They get there. I'm in my girlfriend's grass, like passed out or something. Ambulance gets there. Next thing I know, I'm in the back of a ambulance. My mom is sitting here. They let me get out of the ambulance to walk to my mom's car just so my mom wouldn't have to pay the ambulance bill. I'm like, you're a cheapskate, Mom. And so I'm in my van riding to the ER. I get there, and the doctor's like, you ate 2 peppers, and now you're sitting here? I'm like, yeah. What don't you understand? You ate 2 jalapenos. I was like, whoa. Those were not jalapenos, sir. Those were Carolina Reapers. And he's like, oh, well, you see, they kind of put jalapenos here. I'm like, dude, what are we doing? And then I look down, and they have like an IV in my arm. And I'm like, when did you guys put that in there? Like, what the heck? And then he like mixed up this like drink, and I drunk it. And it numbed my throat like all the way down to my stomach. Worst and best feeling ever, because it was so uncomfortable. Like every time I like swallowed, I could feel it go down. It was so weird. And then after that, the release note that the doctor gave my mom, it said, "Don't eat spicy food for a week." Blah blah this, and next time don't be stupid. On the paper. And so, as soon as we leave the ER, I got a Speedway pick me up 3 of them tornado things. I downed the first one, and I'm like, I should have listened. Go to my girlfriend's house to pick up my van, and she's like, how do you feel? I was like $1 million freaking dollars. I just came from the ER. And she's like, you're fine though, right? And like I'm like $1 million, babe. And then so I go home, and like throughout the rest of the day, everything is like not as bad as it first was. And then so I go poop. Worst feeling ever. Let me just say that, worst feeling ever. It felt like someone cavity searched me with icy hot. That's all I'm saying.